Here we have the exhaust valve on the right and the intake on the left, and you can see the cam in there. Now I'm going to take this tool and very gently show you how it works. I'll show you how the cam works and how the valves work. What I'm going to do is use this pair of pliers to turn the cam very gently so I don't hurt those threads. Okay. Now as I turn the cam, see my hand turn, I'm turning it to the left. As I turn it, the exhaust lobe is pushing the exhaust valve open so that the exhaust gases can escape and go out this right here. Okay? And as I keep turning, you can see my hand, I keep turning, all of a sudden the exhaust valve starts to go down, as you can see, and the intake starts to open, and this allows the charge from the carburetor, which is attached to right there, to go into there and open and go down into the cylinder. Now as I keep turning, I'm only going to do this, whoops, it's shut again. Okay. Now as it's shut, what happens is the piston is going to come down, it's going to come up and explode. As it explodes, then it starts all over again. The exhaust valve will open, allowing the exhaust gas to leave through the exhaust pipe, which connects right here, and we start all over again. And of course you have your little spark plug right here. And that is how that works. I put the shims in there. And the shims may be a little bit tight because of the molybdenum anti-seize that I've used on it. And I put a little bit of the silver molybdenum on the cam lobes where the rocker arms ride. So the rocker arms ride on the cam lobes. We have an intake and exhaust. That's all we have. Now if you have a four-cylinder deal, you'll have a cam that's longer and it'll have 8. If you have it longer than that, if you have a V12, you'll have, especially my Lamborghini, you have 4 of these camshafts that have 12 lobes on each one. And I think that each camshaft's like $1,600 or $1,700. But the nice thing about Lamborghini, I will have to say, is that when you're writing the check, they do send you a big tub of Vaseline so it doesn't hurt that bad when you're getting screwed. And you're really not getting screwed, but they're like Lamborghini and Ferrari are like the Fram guy. Back in the 60s, I don't know if you remember this, but they had the Fram guy, the Fram oil filters. He said, you either pay me now or pay me later. What he meant was, you're going to buy a good oil filter and save your motor, or you're going to not pay the Fram guy and your motor's going to blow up and you're still going to have to buy a new one. So if you have to ask the part prices on a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, you can't afford it. You can't afford the car. So now that we've done that and everything's together for this part, the next thing I have to do is clean the bottom of the head, clean this surface right here in order to put on the new head gasket. Now if you buy a head gasket, you always want to buy a Honda part, and you always want to take your time in making sure that that gasket is going to go on correctly. It's going to go on a super clean area on your head and also on your block, on your cylinder. And you want to make sure that you have all your bolts that are torqued down correctly. So now I think I'm going to put the spark plug in, use a little bit of the anti-seize. It's good on spark plugs. And I'll put in the little, there's a little sensor right here somewhere. Oh, well, it's somewhere. Oh, it's right there. I got to put in a little hot water sensor, oil sensor, I don't know, something. I'll put that in. I'll wax and grease remove the top, and then we'll put the head on.